because this other block was the one that caused this break of structure. This one now, do you see this candle? When I was asking, this is not a valid break of structure. You know why? The body was unable to close above this high. So we are not going to consider this week. We are not going to consider this week at all in our whole structure, because this is 4-hour time frame and we want to look for our directional bias. You are not going to consider this high. Guys, I hope you are with me. You are not going to consider this high. So this one now, just invalidate it, because this one is just like a liquidity sweep to sell, but it was unable to keep selling. You can see this structure now. You can see it sold, then break this structure, then give us this inducement. So I have an entry here too. I have an entry here, but the market was able to invalidate this one without my market structure shift. So I will show you the difference between this entry and this entry. I will show you the difference between this entry and this entry. Guys, pay attention to the market structure. I always tell you everything. Start from your higher time frame. You can see when I was marking this out on my higher time frame, I had a zone here, I had a zone here, I had a zone here. Guys, you can see how I have 3 zones, but how do I deal with these zones? I scale down to the lower time frame and deal with them with my market structure shift. I deal with them with my rejection pattern, which is called my market structure shift. We have continuation, we have pattern of, like, we have concept of continuation, and we have concept of reversal. Now, since I'm waiting for the market to get to this zone, and this zone, so when the market get to any of these zones, I should see my concept of reversal. Now we are going to scale down to the lower time frame and look at this concept of the reversal in this time frame, this one and this one. Guys, this thing is simple. Yes, forex is simple. If you can understand and know what you are doing, forex is simple. So now let's go to the let's scale down. Let's scale down to the lower time frame. Since I know that I have a key level here, I have a key level here, I have a key level here. But let me start with this. So we can just look at the one the market invalidate later. So we can look at this later, because this is just like correction for people that doesn't know how to mark out their key levels. You see, when this market was coming down, when it get to this point, before the market break this low, I didn't know the market was going to get to this point. I always tell you guys, there is no one in this world that can forecast accurately on forex market. No one will never forecast accurately. They can't, accurately. They can't. There's nothing like 100% the market is going to get to this point. We only know that based on our knowledge, based on our understanding. So the market also invalidate these zones and move any way it likes. So after that movement, then that's when you just try to follow up the movement. Now let's scale down. This is my first zone, and let me tell you why I have this zone. I have this zone. After the market invalidate this zone and invalidate this zone, this was my next zone, and I was not using after this retracement, I'm expecting the market to come down here and buy. Some people would have bought after this market retraced. Gold has started to buy. They would have put their entry somewhere here. They would have buy. The market is going to take them out. Now let's go back. I told you before you analyze, start from the higher time frame. This is my 4-hour analysis. You look at the. Let me mark it out for you guys. Let me mark first zone. I have a zone here, but it was on lower time frame. Second zone. You can see how market invalidates these zones. You can see it clearly. Now let's scale down. The moment this market invalidates this zone and invalidate this zone, this is my next zone. And let me show you how I was able to get this zone. Now let's scale down. I told you guys, scale start from your higher time frame. Now let's go to 3 hours. When this market was somewhere here, I have these zones already. But when this market was somewhere here, I was expecting the market to sell, but I didn't join the sell. I was not going to counter trend because I can't fully say the market is going to get to this point. I only follow what I see in the market. Now let's scale down. This is 3 hour. This is 3 hour. This is 2 hours. Now just understand this thing with me. This is 2 hours. Now on 2 hours, you should be able to understand, but some people won't understand this structure now. On 2 hours, let's scale down more to lower time frame. Let's scale down more. You see, after having that zone, I scale down and look at how the market reacted from that zone. Okay, now we have a structure here, but I'm not sure people are going to understand this one now. But let me explain with this first. Let me explain with this. You can see this is your, like, before I even say what this is, guys, what is this in this market? The market was coming high, low, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high. Then it was unable to create a new lower low. Then it created a low. Then it did what? Created a new high. So after you confirm your market structure shift at this point, after you confirm your market structure shift at this point, what is the next thing you are going to look for? Your inducement. The next thing after confirming this market structure shift, now let's look at the market structure shift very well. After you confirm your market structure shift at this point, what are you going to look for? Your inducement. See, guys, at this situation like this, we have this as our inducement and we also have this as our inducement. You can use any of these two. You can use any of these two. You can see this candle was only like 4 or 5 pips to close above this week. So you can use this candle and you can use this candle. So any of the two. So I won't try to maybe confuse anyone on this channel. So let's go now. Let's go. After this your market structure shift, your first rules after you confirm your market structure shift, look for your inducement. Let's use this one or this one. Let me use this one because people are going to ask questions. This is inducement. This is also inducement. So because of questions, so let's use this one. So let me mark out my inducement. So guys, after marking out my inducement, now let's go to the lower time frame. To look about this our entry. Let's confirm this our entry. I won't give you something I don't understand. Let's confirm this entry. You can see I have my entry from here. Let's confirm this entry very well. Let's confirm everything. And we are going to adjust it accordingly. We are going to, the time frames are different and we are going to adjust it accordingly to the time frame so people can understand. Now this is 45 minutes. Look at the structure on 1 hour, then look at the same thing on 45 minutes. Now where is the market structure shift? This is the market structure shift. So after this market structure shift, where is your inducement? Where is your valid inducement? Now you can use this as your valid inducement and you can use this. So you can use any of these two candles. But if you are this market, if maybe it is in a current situation and you wanted to buy at this point, this will be your inducement. But since we are dealing with 4-hour candle, we won't care about all this minor structure. Now this candle is a minor structure. Guys, sorry. Let me tell you how I analyze my market so you guys can understand more about this thing. Okay, now guys, look at this. Since I'm dealing with higher time frame, this is an inducement. Since I'm dealing with higher time frame, I won't be using my minor structure anymore because the market is like rejecting from 4 hour. I told you guys last week, tackle 4 hour with 4 hour. Don't tackle 4 hour with 45 minutes, 30 minutes. Don't tackle 4 hour with 45, 30, 15, 5 minutes. Tackle 4 hour with 4 hour candles. Tackle 4 hour structure with 4 hour structure. So guys, I hope you understand. Tackle 4 hour structure with 4 hour structure. People are making that mistake. They go say that market is retracing from a 4 hour level. You'll be marking out your level on lower time frame. How do you expect the market? How do you expect the market to move? Because you want to tackle this 4 hour candle now. You want to tackle it with 15-minute time frame. How do you expect the market to respect that zone? You can't expect the market to respect that zone. Now, this is 45 minutes. Now, starting from 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, the same structure on this 45 minutes is also on 30 minutes on 1 hour. Now, let's use this 45 minutes because I want to tackle the higher time frame. That's why I won't be scaling down to be looking for my rejection point on 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I shouldn't be scaling down to 45 minutes because this my analysis was on 2 hours, but my main structure was from 4 hours. I have a 4 hour order block here. I have a 4 hour that also align with 2 hour, 1 hour, 45 minutes. It makes this order block more valid than the other blocks, than the other ones I have here. It makes it more valid. And what also makes it more valid, if you scale down to the lower time frame, the market is yet to complete the major structure. The major structure. This is just a minor structure. You can see this is just a minor structure. The moment the market break this high now, the moment the market break this high, it should have retraced to this level now before buying, but the market didn't have time to retrace to that level. Now let's go on how I was able to get the buy. So I just mark it out. Guys, listen. And let me tell you something that gave me more confidence that this zone is valid. This is what gave me more confidence. If you have watched that secret inducement method on my YouTube channel, then you won't fall for this. You won't fall for this retracement. I know that a lot of people are falling for this retracement. I know that a lot of people would have fallen for this retracement, but if you have watched that secret inducement on my YouTube channel, then you won't be falling for this pullback and be expecting the market to buy from somewhere here. You won't fall for it. So you won't fall for it. You would have waited till the market hit your maybe point of rejection before looking for a buy or a continuation. Then after the market get to this point and gave me this rejection from this point now, then pull back to this point, Now since the zone has invalidated all these zones, now let's remove them. Now let's look at how I was able to get this entry. Then since I know that my 4 hour candle has been completed, the structure has been completed, and I've seen my rejection on 4 hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, 45 minutes, then the market gave me this high, then gave me this low. You can see this low now. The market gave me this high, then gave me this low now. Then the market break this structure and gave me another high. I can't enter this structure because this is not a complete structure. Then I'm going to scale down to the lower time frame. Now you can call this your support level. Number one, this is your first retracement from another block. Number two, confluence. You are using your support level. Okay, now let's scale down. Then after confirming this support level, let's scale down to the lower time frame. Guys, let's scale down to the lower time frame. Okay, now this is your support level. Then look at this structure on your lower time frame. The market gave you, this is your order block. Then the market gave you a market structure shift to the opposite side, breaking these highs, these two highs now. The market gave you structure shift to the opposite side, gave you an inducement, then started buying. Let me now tell you, my number one confluence of taking this buy is trendline liquidity, because I have a take profit to target. If you have been with me on this channel, then you are going to understand what trendline liquidity is. Without even marking this out, you should be able to identify your trendline liquidity at this point. My number one confluence for my take profit, since I can confirm my take profit, I'm going to look for that first, which is trendline liquidity, because I know before the market even reverse or do anything, the market is going to sweep this trendline liquidity. That one is very certain. The market is going to sweep this trendline liquidity. You can see this trendline liquidity. Okay, now let me explain. We had one touch, we had second touch, then the third touch was going to break, but it was unable to break, which this trendline liquidity is still valid. So when this market rejected from this trendline now and is coming back to my zone, then I knew that, okay, if I'm going to buy from here, I have a take profit level to target. I'm not sure, maybe you are there with me. I have a take profit level to target. I won't just be buying for no reason. I have a reason to buy. My number one confluence, the market rejected from an 4 hour order block. My number two confluence, the market is still bullish. I won't be looking for like bearish move. I won't be looking for any sales, because the market was rejecting for 4 hours. Doesn't mean I'm going to look for sales. the market is still bullish. My number 3 confluence, I was able to confirm my market structure, inducement and point of interest, and unmitigated point of interest on 45 minutes, on 1 hour, on 2 hours. I was able to confirm my unmitigated point of interest. So for my confirmation, I waited for the market to mitigate that point of interest. I didn't mean the market break below now. I won't be taking any buy from here. But the market respected this zone and did what? Gave me this support level. I also add this to my conference. Then after this support level, I know that the market is going to respect this support level. Why? Because I have a trend line liquidity I'm going to clear with this trade. I have a trend line liquidity and I can confirm my market structure, inducement and point of interest, and I have a take profit level to target. Guys, now with this explanation now, okay, now let's look at the other levels I mark out before I ask any question. Let's look at these other levels I mark out. Let's look at it. Guys, you can see how I combine everything together and make it one solid plan, one solid analysis. This is everything I'm teaching you guys. Everything I draw here, everything I have here, I have them on my Telegram channel. I have the PDF for support and resistance. I have the